Well, bit of drama. I've just nipped up here just to see the girls. Wasn't going to film or anything like that, but so they know now when you're coming in the door that you're going to have something exciting for them, and they crowd around the door, and I've just known it was going to happen at some stage. Well, as soon as I opened the door, Millie and Florence raced out, and I had my feet blocking where they were going to go, but they nipped round the side of the bin. Oh, I've got like chest pains from the panic. Not so much, I mean, we will let them out eventually, but we haven't planned it. I'm up here on my own, and it's very difficult to herd chickens when you're on your own, and yeah, stress. But I managed to get them in, raced round, got some sorrel, which is their it's like the ultimate for them. So I knew if I was holding sorrel, I could try and get them back inside, and eventually they came in, but panic. But we got you in, girls, huh? Your first taste of freedom. I mean, I'm really lucky. They're not kind of particularly flighty birds, and they don't run away, and they're really friendly. So luckily, I mean, they've got this kind of squat thing going on now, so they don't run away from you if you creep up behind them. But whew. Got my heart racing, you did, girls. You did, yes. So avian flu's not over yet. They're still in lockdown, so they shouldn't be out anyway, but we will be letting them out when all of that stuff's over. But they had a taste of freedom, and now I'm afraid every time I open that door it's gonna be chase the chickens time. Anyway, yeah, that's all I was up here to, and I just needed to share my panic with you. Right, I've got to go to B&Q next. Let's go. Hat on. Can't do that one-handed. We've actually parked dangerously close to where Mum lost her keys inside the door last time we were here. Let's hope for not another repeat of that. Okay, we are here for gladioli. We've got a bit of plumbing stuff to do because we've got a problem with the overflow pipe in the downstairs toilet. I've also got to get some grout and tile adhesive and try and avoid the houseplants. Although, you see, this is what they do to you. The moment you walk in, this is what you're faced with. Okay, plumbing. So yeah, we've got an overflow pipe problem downstairs that it's just kind of running down the back wall of the house and it's getting damp. So we're just going to extend it slightly. So we need some little connectors to add it into the guttering, which are these chaps. Perfect, marvellous. Wall tile adhesive and grout, I think will do, won't it? Double. Look at this, this is quite interesting. I'm just having a bit of a stroll around, but look at this. Look at the amount of potatoes that they've got here. Like, the varieties they've got: Nicola, King Edward's, Maris Pia, Desiree, Charlotte, Pentland, Javelin, Kestrel, Swift, Colleen. My goodness, they've got masses. I mean, we're going to get ours from Chapman Brothers like we did last year, but I'm pretty impressed with this as a selection. Pretty good. Well done, B&Q. Okay, gladioli. They have got so many different ones. They're all in varieties, and what I really want is just a bag of mixed. Like last year we bought like a bag of 50, just random colours. That's sort of what I'm looking for. This is pretty impressive as well, actually. Look at that. Onion sets, pepper seeds, we've got artichokes, both Jerusalem and Globe. We've got ginger, white onions, asparagus, rhubarb, strawberries, garlic, the whole works. I mean, admittedly, this place is huge and I always get lost in here, but something else, I always find something that I didn't come in for, and in this case I found a pair of absolute bargain metal shelves. 2 for 30 quid. I thought that was pretty nice, and I have big plans for them. Big plans. shelf together, see if this is going to work. So I've been looking for shelves like this for ages, and they do have some in IKEA, but they are about £35 each, I think, and these 2 for 30. I mean, you can't go wrong, can you? I mean, they're really lightweight, but they're metal, and what I want them for is to put my plant trays on. So in the conservatory eventually, but also for the time being in the sitting room where I've got them, you know, starting off the seeds because it's too cold in the conservatory. So that is the aim of the game. I've put a lot of shelves together in my time, and one of the things that I learned pretty early on is when you're putting them together, put in all the screws, or the bolts in this case, really, really loosely until you get it upright, and get someone else to hold it straight, and then tighten everything up, because otherwise you end up with like a helter-skelter version, or you can't get any of the final bolts in because you've tightened it up too much and it's all in the wrong spot. So yeah, this is going to be a bit wibbly wobbly until the final moment. Fret not, it will come good. It will come good. Okay, now we're trying. What do you want, Baba? Now we're going to try and straighten it up. Shush, Dingo. Now I'm going to try and straighten it up, but I need someone to hold it, and everybody's just vanished. Fantastico! Yes, and it fits exactly in the space that I wanted it to fit in. So this is chilies and the cucumbers. You see, they're looking all right. Chilies, I've just had one set that hasn't come up, which is the Roma, but they were really old seeds, so I might sow them again. Just starting to get the first proper leaf on the cucumbers, and they fit like a dream on these shelves. And underneath here, where there's no lights, is my heated propagators, so I've just started some more bits and pieces off in there. Well, what with it being Friday, I feel the celebration of the new seed shelves is in order. Don't you?
From my winter hell, I've got candles and candy. I can be your daddy if you only let me creep into your prison cell. Hey baby, can you tell I'm not a criminal? Your choice is seminal. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say, just find your way.
Morning. Very noisy here today. We've got a netball, girls netball happening just over there, which just just means screaming basically. Right, we are up here to do one particular thing this morning, and that is the flower bed next to, well, between the netting shed and the polytunnel. We're going to attack it. I've got honeysuckle at the back, which has kind of fallen forward a little bit, and I need to kind of prop it back up. And then all the front, we've got loads of really good stuff kind of coming up in there, and bulbs, and there's quite a lot of self-seeded stuff from last year, but there's also quite a lot of grass and weeds and all that kind of stuff. And we want to get that out now while we can kind of tell the difference and what's going on. Mum and I, joint effort, teamwork, shouldn't take us too long. I'm quite interested to see all the little bits and pieces that have come up in there though, so let's go and have a look at what it looks like the before shot first. So this is the patch I'm talking about. Just a jumble of things. Basically, I've put a lot of different seed mixes in over the years in this patch, and there's kind of lots of stuff which is self-seeded, and yeah, it's a right old jumble, which is lovely, but we kind of need to have a bit of a sort through. So we've got little violas in here looking gorgeous. We have got, this is some Rebecca from last year, which I'm hoping is going to come back, but I'm not sure. I can't remember what variety it was. We've got Verbena bonariensis in here. I'm always trying to like encourage that to grow because it's just glorious. Masses of Lychnis, which I'm going to dig out. I'll tell you about that in a bit. But yeah, there are poppies from the last seed mix, and we've got a lot more poppies that we want to sow in here, hence we've got to clear a bit of space. Love in the Mist. There are hyacinths and nerines in this jumble. There are allium bulbs. There's these loads of Californian poppies, again self-seeded bits and pieces. They're a mixture of orange and like a really pale yellow colour. More poppies in there, yes. And we've got a couple of whopping great foxgloves on the corner here. I don't know what colour they're going to be. They came from Johanna. And that is the honeysuckle at the back there. You can see how it's all sort of flopped forward. So that is my first task. So I'm taking these piles of Lychnis out because we've got masses of them in there, and we don't really want them because they're a bit domineering, and that's going to be a bit more sort of delicate. I mean, ignoring the gladioli, nobody could call a gladioli delicate, but the front section is going to be sort of poppies and love in the mist and that kind of thing. These just don't really go. So what I'm going to do is, on that side of the allotment where we've got the arches for the French beans, got like large gaps in between which are just going against Ron, our neighbour's side. I'm just going to put these in there. It's a really sunny spot, and because they're so dominant, I'm hoping they're just going to keep the weeds down on that edge. Yeah, so I'm going to go and transfer these over. how stony it was over there. Lychnis are really such a fantastic plant because once you've got them once, basically you've got them forever because they just self-seed so freely. I don't know if you remember our front garden when we were kind of rearranging the plants that we've got in there. Loads and loads of Lychnis. And another really good thing about it is that it transfers so easily. Like you literally can just rip it up from one spot and jam it in the ground in another, and it takes like 9 times out of 10 it will take. It's great stuff. And this is the standard pink one, so it is basically fluorescent. It's great. It's going to look fantastic along this edge. So one of the big challenges we've got when kind of weeding this area, you see this big patch here, is that we've got lots of little allium bulbs in here, and they're minuscule, they're really tiny, and they're just all intertwined with the grass, which makes it really difficult. So you're kind of like sticking your fingers in, and then you think you're definitely holding onto a lump of grass, and then there's alliums in it.
I've got one.
It's just, so what we're going to do is as we're pulling them out sort of slowly, accidentally, any ones that we do take out accidentally, we're just going to put to the side and plant under the apple tree that's at the back. It's just really fiddly job. And although no, they don't look exactly like grass because they're not strap leaves, they're sort of cylindrical. Just at first glance, and when you're trying to weed like this, they just look so similar. And it's not just the alliums. So as you're digging around in here, there's the hyacinths and narcissus and nerines, and loads of nerines in here. So every time you dig, every time you pull anything up, bulbs come up with it. So we're just having to replant quite a lot of them. But I'm slowly getting through the Lychnis. There's this big clump here that I will go and put over the other side. And then that's about it cleared from here. Yeah, you see how you can just pull this up? Like, it's really not a fussy plant, and that will take no problem whatsoever, even though it's being planted practically into a gravel bed. It will be totally happy, won't you, Mr. Lychnis? Yes. So I'm just planting them directly against this board that's at the bottom holding the chicken netting down at the edge of the plot. And there we go. So from what I've dug out of that flower bed, I've filled in the underside of 2 arches. That's going to look extremely pretty, I think. Oh, they flower for such a long time as well. They're just really lovely. And this is where Mum is replanting the accidentally dug up bulbs from the rest of the patch. Quite pleased with that. It's not completely finished, and now we've done the majority of the weeding in that bed. Like, things are going to start coming up now because obviously it's not really spring yet, but in spring weeds and stuff will start germinating in there. But now we can see what's going on, we can kind of pick them out a little bit more easily. Yeah. But we're going to go home. The wind's just picking up actually, and it's pretty chilly, that wind, so I think it's time to go home. Okie dokie, right, we're off. Lily, do not go after those robins. Morning. It is an absolutely spectacular day. Yeah, it's a gorgeous day, and we are going to head up to the allotment, and it's quite exciting because I'm not very good at multitasking. Sorry, I thought this would be a really good time-saving option. Yeah, so you know the other day when Millie and Florence escaped when I was trying to get in the house. Well, so avian flu still isn't over. We can't let them out yet, but what we're going to do is what we used to do with the old girls. Yeah, so what we used to do with them is we used to take them up to the fruit cage. So it's still a cage, they're still enclosed, and we just take them up there so that they can have a bit of a change of scenery. And anyway, we are going to try that out with the girls today. So yeah, let's go and see how well this goes. This could be a disaster, but you know, hopefully it won't be. Okay, what do I need? Coat, shoes, action. Got an exciting day for you today, girlies. very, very exciting. Very exciting. You just wait. It's going to be so exciting. It is. It's going to be really exciting, girlies. It is. Really exciting, girls. Really exciting. Oh, that sun is so nice, girly whirlies, isn't it? That sun is gorgeous. Girly whirly whirly woos. Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah. Oh, they have no idea the excitement that's heading their way. It's going to be good, girls. It's going to be good. You are not going to believe the number of wormies. You're not. You're not. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing, girls. Just got to wait for Mum to show up because it's a two-person job because I need her to open and close the gates at both ends for me so that they don't all escape, because I can't carry 3 girly whirlies at the same time. Despite your small size, ladies. I know. Yeah, it's going to be quite exciting because we need to distract them to get in there, to get them up there, to get them back. So yeah, just basically wish me luck. Wish me luck. Hey girls, yeah, it's happening. It's happening. Today's the day. I know girls, I know. You can definitely tell something's happening, can't you? You know, something's going on, girlies, something's going on. Oh, even better, I can hear Mum's on her way. Yep.
Now do you want me to take...
Hold on, not yet.
Oh no, it's torment, isn't it, girlie? I'm tormenting you.
Okay, so go.
Come on, darling. Put your wing in. You're balancing, are you? Want to put down here too?
Okay, we have chicken number 1. We're off.
Do you want to go up and look?
How do I do that with the camera? Okay, you're in there now. Do you want me to do it? I can do that. Is it on the ground? I can't see a thing actually. Hey, how's it go? What's that? I'll go and get the others.
Maybe I could just have it on the gimbal, on the
gimbal.
the gimbal and hold
No,
it.
that'll be much more difficult. Once again, everything's got dry in the polytunnel. I always forget to water in here, particularly when it's so wet outside. I just think, oh, yeah, it's ridiculous. I need to remember to water it. And also when we don't have the hose, like I'm filling up from the water butts because in the winter they turn the hoses off, and it just sort of somehow it's just not clicking in my head. Must water polytunnel, must water polytunnel. Can you see me? It's a bit bright. I'm going to give them a feed as well, actually, in there. Everything's looking really fantastic and really lush, and it's really starting to pick up. I think it could do with a bit of a feed because it's had nothing in there, and obviously all the tomatoes and the peppers, not that they were very successful, but they were in there last year and I haven't done anything to it, so I'm going to give them a feed. And since I'm wearing the hat of mighty Shropshire Seaweed, I'll go use that. Obviously, normally if I'm filling up from the hose, the feed goes in the watering can first, and then it's all mixed around by the water coming in from the hose. But obviously I'm dunking in my water butt at the moment, and if I put the feed in first, it all just spills out into the water butt. So yeah, giving it a bit of a swizz round before I use it so it's all mixed in really well. What a day. It's magnificent. I mean, no coat, birds are singing. There isn't anywhere better to be in the world on a day like this. Winter, sunny day, warm but really still fresh in the air, and chickens are making happy noises at the other end of the plot, completely pilfering every worm out of the leaf mould that we put in the on top of the raspberries. But it's just bliss. It's absolute bliss. See if I can block the sun out. Let's go in here and I can block the sun out. There we go. This is the face of a very, very happy person. And the kettle's just boiled, even better.
We never brought our spoons with us either. We never brought our... Taste of, but it's certainly not chocolate. Thank you. Beautiful, darling. Beautiful. It really is magnificent.
Okay, enough of that. Let's get on with something. As you do remember last week, I said that I was going to make a little flower bed outside the chicken's house on the side that's closest to the shed. Well, I'm going to use the leftover featherboard, which is what I kind of put around the base of their house as a bit of extra. So I'm going to build it out forward on this side. This is where the leaf mould bin was before, and we've got now a really wide path here that we don't need. And so some flowers is nice. That seems to be the name of the game at the moment, actually. Every spare little space we've got, we're sticking a bed in. Anything that doesn't make it inconvenient to walk, as long as you've still got your main pathways. Yeah, more space for flowers, really. I mean, last year the flowers on the plot were just so lovely, and it really made up for the fact that we had a bit of a bad year for growing, like the things that we'd intended to grow, the vegetables and stuff. The fact that we had such a fantastic display of flowers really made up for it, and it kind of affirmed for me in my own mind just how important they are on a patch like this. You know, it's somewhere that you just want to spend time, and yes, I mean, vegetables are spectacularly beautiful, you know how I feel about them. But just having a mixture of the veg and the flowers and the whole shebang, just gorgeous. Vegetables, herbs, flowers, perennials, annuals, green manure, climbing things, short things, just everything. You just want a mix of everything. And we are making space across the whole of the allotment for putting in little bits and pieces of joy. And that's what this is going to be. A little square of joy. Well, we're going to plant some low things in there. It's really tempting to like jam a load of gladioli in there or something, but it's not incredibly sunny. It gets a lot of sun in the morning, not much in the afternoon. And on top of that, we want to keep everything quite low around that area because we want the girlies to be able to see out. And that was the reason that we moved the leaf mould bin from there in the first place, because they couldn't see us. They couldn't partake in the social activities down here. So I don't want to put anything too high in there, so it's just going to be really low flowers. I might put some marigolds or calendula or something like that in there next year. But yeah, that is another job ticked off. It is so beautiful up here. So I was just about to go and close the polytunnel because the sun's moving around. But I've just realised I want to pick some stuff for salad for dinner tonight out of there. So I better do that pretty pronto before the sun moves over, and then it loses its heat in there so fast. So I better do that first. Everybody safely home, girls? Good, 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 good. Lovely girls. Right, now I apologise that I can't remember who suggested this to me, and if I find the message I will thank you personally. But somebody said to put golf balls in the nest to encourage egg laying. Said golf balls have done the trick. Firstly, thanks to Sean for giving me the golf balls. And also thanks to whoever suggested it, because look at that. Eggs in the nest. Girly, girly, girlies, huh? You're so clever. Yeah.
All right, girls. Was that fun? Was it fun? Oh, beautiful loves.
Hello, it is Monday morning here, hence no wine, because if I was drinking wine at this time of the morning, we would all have something to worry about. Luckily, it's just a cup of coffee. It's not Irish coffee or anything, just coffee. So there's a split in months here. For anybody who is watching this afternoon from the Monday Club, happy last day of January. And for anybody who's watching this on Tuesday, happy first day of February. Woo! Can't believe January has come to an end. It seems to have absolutely whizzed by. Right at the beginning, it seemed to be really dragging, and I was thinking, I'm not going to sow my chilies immediately. I'm going to wait for the compost and everything, and it just seemed to take forever. And then all of a sudden, it's February, chilies are up, it's all go. Yeah, that's how it goes though, isn't it? This is going to be an incredibly short video ending, because this is a long video this week. There's just a couple of things I wanted to mention, and the first one is that hopefully, fingers crossed, there's going to be 2 videos this week. I want to do a what I'm sowing in February video. Hopefully it come out on Thursday. If everything goes wrong, Friday. Unfortunately, this is the week that I'm supposed to be doing my tax return, and it was meant to be in today. Yeah, it hasn't happened. Things have been really manic the last week. So whether it comes out on Thursday or Friday or possibly the weekend, who knows? But there is one coming about what's being sown this month. It's not going to be a complete rundown. So last year I did what you can sow in February, what you can sow in March, all that, and they were really, really long videos. What I'm going to be doing this year is having what I'm sowing this month each time rather than what you can sow, and I'll link to my video from last year, so which gives you a more complete list. So I'm going to have kind of like a double whammy, and we'll see where that takes us. I also wanted to just say how ecstatic I am that we've started the process of letting the girls out. Obviously they're not being let out at the moment. We're still waiting for the avian flu lockdown to be over and all of that kind of stuff, but just getting the kind of starting the training process of kind of taking them up to the fruit cage and then taking them back again, so that they're still in the cage. It's made of the same stuff as their own house, so it's just that short walk between. But yeah, so just kind of getting them started on that process is really exciting, and I can't wait to have them out and about and just having a lovely time and walking around the allotment and digging up all my seedlings and ruining all the beds and everything like that. No, it'll be really, really nice. It will be lovely. I'm also going to blame the tax return for the fact that I haven't responded to my messages from my last week's vlog. So this time last week, I've read them, but I haven't actually got round to answering them. It takes quite a long time to go through them. And unfortunately, my tax return this time has been much more confusing, because this is the first tax return I've put in that's included YouTube stuff. So although it's dealing with very, very small amounts of money, it's quite confusing for a first time. So it's taken a bit more time than it would normally do. And I haven't been able to go through the comments, but I'm hoping to go through both sets from last week and this week, if you see what I mean. So if you asked me anything specific last week and I've just completely ignored it, I will get back to you. But that's all I've got time to say, really. Yeah, this is a quick fire round, this one. It's been a wonderful few days on the plot this week. I hope the weather has been as wonderful wherever you are, or if it hasn't been, that you've still managed to get some stuff done. It's been so lovely here, and can you see the sun is shining again this morning? Actually, I hope that's not distracting you. I wonder if I can go this way. Sorry if that's been playing with your eyes. Very white. Yeah, so basically, chaps, that's it for this week. And to my phenomenal patrons over on Patreon, I will see you next Monday. And for everybody else, I will see you next Tuesday. Have a wonderful week. I hope this week's as good as last week, because it was pretty nice. It's going to be potatoes next week. We're going to Chapman's to get potatoes. Yeah, all right. I'll cheers you with my cup of coffee. I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and all the rest of it. See you later, chaps.